As a government, Namibia has invested in TVET to make sure that TVET is has a well-functioning system, and that is best placed in the skilled workplace that Namibia needs to fill the skills gap in various economic sectors to address the agenda of transforming the economy through the value addition to primary commodity and natural resources. Namibia currently is facing high youth unemployment, ample empirical evidence that shows that TVET is a potential solution to this unemployment. General perception of TVET in the country, unfortunately, TVET is seen as unattractive and have very poor impact compared to the academic tertiary programs. And that is of great concern. Yes, in my time, I had the chance to divert from TVET because N6 and the national diploma was the ceiling in TVET. Then I got myself into management, into administration and management. And so, 2019, I graduated MBA, but mainly my focus research point was negative perception on TVET. And so this speaks very much to the research which I had with regards to perception that Namibia, especially the youth, have on TVET. To promote higher economic growth, Namibia must continue to develop skilled industrial workers, increase productivity, manufacture, and render high technology value added products and services. I think Amon has spoken in terms of the established skills committees, industry skills committees, and so I'll just move on to the regulations. In terms of TVET regulation, the mandate, and this is where we fail, especially some of us who come from private training providers. And I think as a country, we must put our foot down if we really want to see quality in TVET. If we really want to see quality in TVET. If you can't afford it, don't go for it. I want to believe the presentation yesterday for Higher Education Council, I think it was very clear in terms of what are the requirements for you to open an institution. What are the minimum amounts you must have? What amount you must have? You must have at least amount that can cover the first year program. You must have money that you don't just start and then leave in the middle, and trainees and students hang around without doing anything. And I want to believe this is where we have a problem. And as a country, we need to control this. When I travel this country, I see many TVET centers opening. And I appreciate that. As a country, we appreciate that. But let's prepare ourselves for that. Because TVET is not a secondary school, it's not a primary school. It's one of those expensive things because of the high consumable items that has to be bought. It says here in terms of mandate. And when you see people coming to inspect your center, don't be angry with them, because they are just doing their job. What does it say here in the mandate? It says, as per provision of the VET Act of 2008 and regulation for registration of vocational education and training providers. Government Gazette 300 of December 2012 ensure all training providers operating within TVET space and within Namibia borders must meet training quality standard. Okay, this is well regulated system to ensure sustainability and the currency of TVET in Namibia, and in the expectation of industry and the labor market in general. Now, what is the criteria of this standard? Number one, institution must charge for tertiary and later close down for undetermined reasons, fleeing monies from unsuspecting trainees. This is the reason why this mandate is there. It is to ensure that you register. We always see these adverts and the NQA telling people, please, before you register, check if that institution is registered and accredited. We usually don't do that. We just come and start complaining that I paid money to this institution is not even there. Even the building moved out. Okay? The criteria also would be institutions which charge exorbitant fees but offer non-effective training and leaving trainees with no skills to competently enter the job market. Institutions that run by unqualified and underqualified managers and trainers. Institutions with little or no understanding of the concept of quality in training. Institutions which lack the required human and infrastructure resources. I saw one center, something TVET, but underneath it's a kindergarten. Maybe you might have seen it, but it is there. It's written What Vocational Training Centre. But when you go inside, it's actually a kindergarten inside. You might have seen it somewhere, but I've seen this. And this should not be allowed. And as a country, these are the things that we must regulate. Okay? In terms of regulatory frameworks, strategic initiative, NTA strategic plan, we have, it's the running plan of 5 years. TVET transformation and expansion strategy, it's a 15-year plan. These are approved documents. If you want to access them, they are available. I think this one for 15 years is expiring 2032. When you hear of government opening a VTC in Kunene, in Kurepuru, Tababa West, in Hanta, you must know that this is part of the expansion plan. These are approved documents, they are available. Also, it includes expansion of existing centers. If you hear of expansion happening in Zambezi, expansion that is happening in the north, centers, the Nagayane, Enana, it's part of this plan. They are available. Please access these documents. Training of trainer strategy, stakeholder engagement strategy. You see these meetings advertised ever in the newspapers. Please, you are a stakeholder. If they happen in your locality, attend and make your contribution. Advocate strategy, framework for government, for governance of vocational training centers, e-learning strategy, and this is underway. lot of programs, the e-module has been put across. In terms of policy framework, they are available also. These are standards and standards, assessment and certification council, regulation relating to registration of training providers. Again, these are policies that are available. Some of you who have ambition to open your training centers, get access to these documents. They are available. I'm using a small screen, so what is happening here? You see, as you go, your eyes also go. Now I can't see on the small screen. I'm almost there, don't worry. I'll cut the time that I'm on top here. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Okay. I cannot believe that I can be.
What is it?
I have the slides, but it's not opening. Okay, thank you, Armani, for the rescue. Hey, technology, you see when you grow up, you start getting beaten by things, small things. Okay. All right. How is Namibia responding to the current need when it comes to mining, construction, energy, gas? How are we responding as a country? And you know how you measure whether the economy is stagnant, is moving, or is reversing. You walk around and you see construction, economical activities happening. If you see those happening, if you walk around and you see buildings are being built, completed, officially open, you see this. If you start seeing that, you must know that your economy is moving. You must know that. And I think as a country, we are there. We are there. We are seeing some countries where they are constructing and then demolishing again. All right. In terms of that, occupation that are high demand, we have the solar equipment maintenance and installers. We have riggers, mining, oil and gas, drilling technicians, and also we have the architectural masonry, oil and the gas transferable. And what we are looking at in terms of trainees, by 2025, for the solar equipment we are looking at as a country, 200. Which institutions are able to take this and ensure that by 2025 we meet the 200 target as a country? If we look at the riggers, mining oil and gas, we are looking at about 50. Which of our local institution is able to do this? I think with this we must take the basic challenge, not just to run out to South Africa or to other countries to look for this. Let's have them here. Why can't we have them? Okay? Thank you very much. In terms of sector or industry that we are looking at, energy sector, this is the oil and the gas, or green hydrogen. We are looking at mechanical and control engineering. Okay, we are looking at exploration and production, mechanical and inspection, health, safety, and environment. And as an entity, NTA had commissioned a study in partnership with reputable international oil and gas training centers. So NTA is looking at this and is working on that. In terms of forestry, discussions are still underway with the Industry Skills Council, and NTA will pronounce itself in terms of how they will go about that. Finance and business, again, insurance, intermediary, this is level 4, and the real estate agent, these have been developed, and they've been there since 2018. So please look at this documentation that is there. Okay, we are looking at the maritime sector and stroke or aviation. At this stage, NAMFI is expanding its scope for training within vocational areas. And at the same time, we have UNAM and NAST that are on board in terms of training courses from bachelor's level upward. In the mining, quarrying, discussions are still underway with the Skills Industry Committee, and once that is on, it's done, NTA is going to pronounce itself on that. In terms of the industries and television sector, there is needs analysis done with the sector, and discussion between the NTA and South African film producer is ongoing. What are the critical issues? Reason why I'm standing here. Number one, development of TVET admission requirement, stroke TVET curriculum framework. Okay, with this, with clear learning pathways and articulation from basic to TVET to higher education. I think this is what Amon was trying to say here. Some of us who have already been disadvantaged, I think we have a way to cry about this. Because we have lost money, we have lost our time. So when there is a clear pathway, that a person who enters the system from this point have a clear pathway in terms of how it goes, not reaching a ceiling before he gets to a diploma. It should not be like that. Inclusive, all forms of learning. This is formal, informal, and non-formal. This must be inclusive if we can do our admission framework well. Alignment to the NQF and the SADC to ensure mobility of our graduates.